Okay, hello everyone. I'm Hsiao-Wei Wang. I'm co-executive director of the Ethereum Foundation. So today, I'm honored to be here in Hong Kong at ETHAsia. My topic is about I want to share the resilience of Ethereum and how this became one of our principles at the Ethereum Foundation when we think about how to make the decisions. So when people talk about resilience in blockchain, they may also usually think about, okay, it's the fault tolerance or it's about the security. But I wanted to extend this idea to bigger. Is that it's like for Ethereum, resilience is about how we learn from the stress, how we learn from the crisis, and how we survive from the shock and adapt to reality, and how we evolve beyond them. So Ethereum is almost 10 years old now, and it grows stronger with each challenge. So let's begin with the technical resilience. So one typical case is the merge. The merge is a series of hard fork that we migrate from the proof of work mechanism to the proof of stake. This transition gives Ethereum to able to save our energy consumption by 99%. And during the whole process, there was no downtime. Ethereum just became proof of stake. Ethereum just changed its core engine from proof of work to proof of stake smoothly. And since then, we follow up with the roll-up-centric roadmap to help Ethereum to scale. So for the EIP 4844 is about how we enable the block transactions. And it's a big step forward to making the layer 2s built on the Ethereum to be able to afford to create affordable transactions for the real-world use cases. And we were keen to increase more block count, as Vitalik just gave a wonderful keynote to describe our visions in the L1. So the L1 world also benefits from the multi-client ecosystems. We have at least 5 EL clients, the execution layer clients, and at least 5 consensus layer clients. This provides the users to have many choices about the client combinations. And how it helped Ethereum is if the bug happened in one client software, then it won't be a single failure for the whole network. Ethereum won't be down if the bug only happened in one client. Yeah, so this kind of redundancy is essential for resilience. Also because the upgrades are modular, we modularize the upgrades into many Ethereum improvement proposals, the EIPs. So when one team is working on one features R&Ds, another team could be working on another features. And when we be able to collect, to decide which features we wanted to include in the next hard fork, these other teams, we can able to process the development in parallel. So Ethereum is like an engine that never ends. The ecosystem also. Okay. So Ethereum is not just one company. I'm here from Ethereum Foundation, but Ethereum is not just a foundation. Ethereum is its community. The movement made up by the builders, researchers, designers, and the users. across all the containers. This is a global, self-organized community. Keeps Ethereum going. And we also have many innovations in the funding models to be able to make the individual teams to be able to be self-sustainable. So like the new funding innovations, including like Gitcoin, retrospective PGF, and deep funding, which Dinesh will give a good talk after me. And we also thriving from the local meetups and open collaborations. It's from like these kind of big celebrations in Asia, or like some grassroots meetups. Everyone counts. It's like that these infrastructures allowed the community to decide what matters altogether, not just the foundations or the VCs. So I want to talk more about the governance resilience. So Ethereum doesn't have one centralized governance to decide which folks will be in and which futures will be in the next hard fork. This is by design. Protocol change goes through open, transparent, inclusive communication discussions. It's like a very open, transparent forum that if you are code devs, you are researchers, or you are a user, you can find a way to participate in the discussions, or you can follow up with the summary from the all-curve desk call right after the meetings. So I can see that sometimes this is not that efficient. This is not sometimes a bit messy when we talk about the features. However, it works, and this set enables us to be able to consider all the small aspects from the people around the world, and reflects the both set of views to the protocol. There are two examples for how the hard forks reflects the collective values. Like when the DAO fork happened in 2016, and then also like the merge happened in 2020. It's like it shows Ethereum community, we don't avoid the disagreements. We discuss them and compare the trade-offs together, and then make the decisions. The decisions are through this open dialogue altogether. And about the ecosystem adaptabilities, I would say Ethereum isn't stuck in one single use cases. It adapted from ICOs to DeFi, and like NFTs to the DAOs, and nowadays maybe social fi and identity layers. We keep growing, we keep changes. Ethereum wants to change. The culture wants to change. The culture open to innovations. And Ethereum continues to lead the Web3 in active developers. Well, and then, yeah, it's flexible by design, and it is what keeps it relevant. Yeah. So make a small conclusion here. So what makes Ethereum special isn't just its tech or isn't its price, and its ability to keep going. Ethereum's long-term strength doesn't come from being perfect. It comes from being resilient. And as we grow we grow stronger from each challenge. And every part of the ecosystem, from clients to communities, plays a role to share the resilience. Okay. Now let's shift to talk about Ethereum Foundation's role. So Ethereum Foundation, or layer as the OG of Ethereum's initial growth. Nowadays we are a source allocator, we are a coordinator and a long-term steward for the Ethereum ecosystem. So we're not here to control Ethereum. We're here to help it thrive. Our mission is to maximize the resilience during this journey. And we aim to do that stay in a credibly neutral way and support builders without directly direct them. So at the Ethereum Foundation, always to be asked to think longer. One of the important principles is that we want to maximize the resilience of Ethereum's both technical side and also the social infrastructure side. The core values of Ethereum Foundation includes censorship resistant, open source, privacy, and security. So we want to onboard more and more users in a way that it benefits from the Ethereum's values underneath. And it also, like being coordinators, we try to implement this in practice with a neutral, credible way. So as we mentioned about, at the beginning, this year, just recently, we have a new leadership structure change at the Ethereum Foundation. So right now, we have the two co-executive directors, Tomasz, Stanjak, and myself. And so we both believe that having two directors, it doesn't mean that we will increase more bottlenecks to drive the engine. Instead, we want to double the efficiency. And we have some new initiatives forming right now that I maybe can't say too much today, but things are changing to some way. And I think the Ethereum Foundation will be a bit more opinionated than the past few years in our way we coordinated. But something doesn't change. We will reaffirm our core values in actions, maybe more in actions in this year. And we will also love to support applications growth. It's including the supporting DeFi participation, and also the wallet standards, and also being also the applications growth support. And then the third part is just my personal preference. I hope to be here to connect the Asian community together. So I see this ETHAsia as a good titles with a good ambitious to bring people together. And I see many old friends here and the new faces here. So Asian communities, we have some strengths. We have the very good developer communities in many regional hubs, and how we onboard them to Ethereum ecosystem more efficiently. How we create environments that is welcome to the new blocks. So I think that's what I have been thinking more and more in the last month. Yeah. So, okay. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So to close it, resilience is Ethereum's superpower. Not just to hype it And it's not like one single app or killer features, but the collective abilities to grow stronger altogether. And each client teams, L2 projects, wallet developers, translators, educators, and researchers, they all play a role to make it happen. And our job at the EF is to help them thrive. Resilience isn't that just something that you build once. It's something that you have to practice together over time. And that's how we will keep Ethereum thriving. Okay, thank you for listening.